Hello learners, welcome to the course on genetics. In this video, we will learn about polyploidy, concept and characteristics. So what are the polyploids? We should know first. So polyploids are the organisms with more than two sets of chromosome or more than two genomes. They are known as polyploids. So which are the polyploid organisms? These are the organisms which having two sets of chromosome or they contains two genomes. So these are known as polyploids. As we know, if any organism it contains only one set of chromosome, then it is known as monoploid or haploid. If that organism it contains two sets of chromosome, it is known as diploid. But if any organism it contains more than two sets of chromosome, or we may call it contains more than two genome, that organism is known as polyploids. And the cell which contains more than two sets of chromosome, that cell is also known as polyploid cell. Now we will see which are the examples of polyploids. So many plants like Rosa, so this is one genus. So this genus it includes different species with the somatic chromosome number 14, 21, 28, 35, 42 and 56. So you can see all these numbers are multiple of 7. So this is the one species of genera Rosa. This is another species of genus Rosa. This is next species of genus Rosa. This is another species of genus Rosa. So all these different species you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So all these are the 6 species of Rosa genus, and all these species having different number of chromosomes, and all these numbers if you observe they are multiples of 7. So as these numbers are multiples of 7, this is euploid series of basic monoploid number 7, which has given diploid, triploid, tetraploid, pentaploid, hexaploid and octaploid species. So here you can see the basic chromosome set or monoploid number, it is 7. So this is monoploid. 14 it is diploid. 21 it is triploid plant. 28 it is tetraploid. 35 it is pentaploid plant. 42 it is hexaploid and 56 it is octaploid species. So all these different species, they are the example of polyploidy. So if any organism it contains only one set of chromosome, that is chromosome 7, this is known as monoploid. If any organism it contains two sets of chromosome, that is 7 plus 7, if total 14 chromosomes are present, then it is known as diploid species. And the species after 21, that is it contains 3 sets, it contains 4 sets of chromosome, it contains 5 sets of chromosome, it contains 6 sets of chromosome, and this particular species contains 8 sets of chromosome. So all these means starting from 21 to 56, all these are the polyploids, and 14 is the diploid number, 7 is the monoploid or haploid number. So species having chromosome number 21 and more are also known as polyploids. So there are many crops and ornamental plants, they shows polyploidy. So you might have understand the concept of polyploids. So polyploids are the organism which contains more than two sets of chromosome or more than two genomes. So here you can see the species of Rosa which having 21 chromosomes, means it contains 3 set of chromosomes. So species starting from 21 to 56, all these are the polyploids because they contains more than 2 sets of chromosomes. So this particular concept is known as polyploidy. Now there are some examples in plants: wheat, strawberry, rice, cotton and solanum. These are some plants which having the polyploid or polyploid number of chromosomes. Then there are some animals also, they will also show polyploidy. For example, Drosophila and salamander, these are some animals. Polyploidy, it is more common in plants and rare in animals. So this type of concept or this type of polyploidy or more than 2 sets of chromosome, they are more common in plants, but such type of more number of sets of chromosome, it is very rare in animals. As we have seen, there are only two animals are given here, Drosophila and salamander. They contains only polyploidy. So this polyploidy, it is very common in plants, but it is very rarely seen in animals. In plants, if you see, monocots, they show higher percentage of polyploids as compared to dicotyledonous. And if you see, about 75% of monocot plants, they are polyploids. So the percentage of polyploidy, it is occur more in monocots as compared to dicots. Dicot also contains polyploids, but as compared to monocots, they are having less number of polyploids. So there are some families of dicotyledons, for example Crassulaceae, Malvaceae, Nymphaceae, then Polygonaceae, Rosaceae, they shows higher percentage of polyploids in them. So as we should understand from this, that polyploidy, it is more common in plants and rare in animals. And in plants, it is seen more in monocots and less in dicotyledons. So there are some dicot families, Crassulaceae, Malvaceae, Nymphaceae, Polygonaceae and Rosaceae. They shows the high percentage of polyploids. Now we will proceed after completion or after studying the concept of polyploidy. We will proceed to characteristics of polyploids. So all these characteristics we will see in comparison with diploid plants, that is common and normal diploid plants, how these polyploids plants are different. So one by one we will see. First of all, we will see morphological characteristics of polyploids. So polyploids, they are having thick and stout stem. So if we take example of a plant, as compared to diploid plant, the stem of these polyploid plants, it is thick and somewhat stout. Then the leaves of polyploids are more thick, broad and dark green as compared to diploids. For example, you can see it is in aspen. So leaves are more thick, broad and dark green in color. The cells of stomata of these polyploids, they are usually larger than normal diploid plants. So stomatal cells, if you see anatomy of stomata of these polyploid plants, they are somewhat larger than the diploid plant cells or diploid plant stomata. Then hairs on leaves are thicker and coarser as compared to diploid plants. So as compared to this diploid plant, this polyploid having leaves contains hairs, and all these hairs are thicker and coarser than the diploid leaves. Then overall sturdiness is increased in plant organs and plant as a whole. For example, Nicotiana. So sturdiness, it is found increased in these polyploid plants as compared to these diploid plants. So we can see this sturdiness in Nicotiana, that is in tobacco plant. Now next is the entire flower and its parts also grow larger. For example, chrysanthemum. So if this chrysanthemum plant, if it is polyploid, this plant, it will produce larger flowers and also floral parts. For example, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. So all these floral parts also larger as compared to diploid plants. Then the pollen grains of these polyploid plants, they are larger as compared to dicot plants. Polyploid plant, they produces larger fruits, that is for example Baldwin variety of apple. So this variety, it is polyploid variety, and it produce very large size of fruit as compared to diploid plants. Then seeds of polyploid plants are also very large. The polyploidy, it causes sterility by reducing fertility. For example, seedless watermelon. So some polyploid plants, they will cause sterility by reducing fertility. So for example, triploid plant, it will produce sterility or sterile seeds, or the fruits with seed without seeds. So these are there is example of seedless watermelon. Polyploids produces less number of flowers. Though flowers are bigger in size, they are less in number as compared to diploid plants. Then if we see anatomical features, xylem cells of wood are larger in polyploids as compared to diploids. Then entire polyploid cell and their nucleus is larger as compared to diploid cells. So in summary, we can say morphological characters of polyploids, they are different than that of diploid plants, and each and every part of the plant, it is larger than the diploid plant. So these are very important morphological characteristics of polyploids. Now we will proceed to physiological characteristics of these polyploids. Growth rate of polyploid is slower than the diploid plant. So growth rate, so if you see the physiology of the plant of that is polyploid, these plant, they grow very slowly as compared to the diploid plants. So diploid plant, they will grow fast, but polyploid plants, they will grow very slowly. Second important character is that polyploid plants show delayed flowering. So these plants, they flowers delaying as compared to the diploid plants. So they will produce late flowering in them as compared to diploids. Next, nectaric contents is found increased in polyploidy tomatoes. So if you see flower contains nectar, and this nectar is very rich in polyploid plants, that is polyploid tomatoes, as compared to diploid tomatoes. So nectaric content means different types of nutritious components which are present in nectar, they are found more in polyploids. Then tetraploid cabbage, this is another example, and tetraploid tomatoes, they show increased amount of ascorbic acid. So if you see tetraploid cabbage means, tetraploid means it contains 4 sets of chromosomes. So this type of cabbage and this type of tomatoes, they contains more amount of ascorbic acid as compared to the diploids. Then polyploid plant have increased sodium, calcium, potassium and magnesium concentration, but lower carbohydrate and sulfur contents. So as we have seen, nectar contents of the polyploids, it is rich, but here you can see polyploid plants, they have increased sodium, calcium, potassium and magnesium concentrations. So these plant, it contains sodium, calcium, potassium and magnesium. This percentage of all these component, it is more than that of diploid organism. So polyploid, they will show more concentration of all these elements, but these polyploids, they are having lower carbohydrate and sulfur contents as compared to diploid plants. Now osmotic concentration of polyploid cell, it is higher than that of diploid cell. So osmotic concentration, it is higher as compared to the diploid cell. So what is the reason behind it, we will see in next video, why osmotic concentration of polyploid cell, it is higher. The water content of polyploid cell, it increases with cell wall. which makes it less frost resistant as compared to diploid cell. So the water content of polyploid cell, it increases because cell size will also increases, and this particular property, it makes that cell frost resistant. So polyploid cells are less frost resistant as compared to diploid cell. So these polyploid cells are having large cell size, and due to which the water content of that cell, it get increased, and it makes this polyploid cell less frost resistant as compared to the diploid cell. So all these are the physiological characters which are observed in any polyploid cells. Now, apart from morphological characters and physiological characters, polyploids will show some general characters also. So what are those? We will discuss here. First important character is polyploids contains more than 2 allelomorphic genes. So polyploids, it contains, as we know, more than 2 sets of chromosome. So if chromosomes are increased, the genes on that chromosomes also increased, and so that these cells contains more than 2 allelomorphic genes. So you know very well that the genes contains, normally genes contain only 2 alleles, but here you can see the genes with more than 2 allelomorphic forms or allelomorphs. Then autotetraploids are genetically more stable than diploid because their segregation results in much lower frequency of recessive types than diploids. So here you can see these autotetraploid means these are polyploids, they are genetically more stable as compared to the diploid. Why? Their segregation results in more lower frequency of recessive types than diploids. So here there is a lower frequency of recessive types as compared to diploid, and so that these autotetraploids, or we may call polyploids, they are genetically more stable. This is last characteristics of these polyploid, that is the mutation rate in polyploid, it is relatively much smaller than diploid. So mutation, it will not easily takes place in polyploids, or if it taking place, then it is very less as compared to the diploid cell. So diploid cell, it will get mutated easily as compared to polyploids, and polyploid, they are having very less rate of mutation. So all these are the characteristics of these polyploids. As we have seen in this video, we have learned about the definition concept of polyploids, and after that we have seen the characteristics of polyploids, in which we have seen morphological characters, second physiological characters, and third is general characters. So thanks for your attention.